This is our series B2B appointment setting from start to finish, and today I'm breaking down our account managers. The mindset, the workflow, one real life case, and some tips along the way. If you missed the rest of the videos breaking down each specialist, be sure to go back and watch each one. Anyways, let's deep dive. Bye-bye babysitting, because you've met the rest of the team, each having extremely detailed tasks to ensure the best results come out of your outreach campaigns. But you're probably thinking, dang, that's a lot to manage now. Nope, we manage it for you. The first thing I'll start off with is awareness. Every time a new client comes to us, our account managers are faced with not just a client, but a challenge, a strategy, a roadmap, plans A, B, C, and ultimately the weight of the success or failure of the outreach. As I mentioned in past videos, our goal is to keep our clients involved, but not in a babysitting kind of way. That's why our account managers connect frequently with each client to simply feel out any industry changes, opportunities, and of course, to present the results week by week. To know what's happening in the client's industry, new changes in their company, what minor updates on the product side are occurring, or even if a client is going to a big conference is exactly where the awareness comes in. Our account managers are looking for everything and anything that can be used to bring in the max number of meetings. Moving on, let's talk strategy. Tied closely to this are the challenges, roadmap, and plans A to Z. From the moment our account manager is assigned to a new client, who, what, when, where, why? These questions pop into their heads. I would know. I used to be an account manager here at Belkins. Who is the client? What is their offering? When did they first establish their brand? Where are they going? And why do they need our services? These questions play implemental roles in the success of our campaigns. If you don't have an in-depth awareness of the team you'll be working with over the next 3 to 12 plus months, your input and roadmap for everyone can either cause growth or burnout. To better understand answers to all of these questions, our AMs hop on an initial interview call with the current client to ask questions and more. They also share a detailed presentation of our workflow, what each specialist is responsible for, and our expectations and goals for the collaboration. So, after having this interview call with the client, a deep study of everything about them, their offering, industry, their target audience is now clear. Next, our AMs schedule an internal meeting with the delivery team that I've talked about in depth in this series, and they update the team on all of the information shared during the call, plus come up with a strategy, plan, and goal for the campaign. After talking through every important point of data with the team, next up, the kickoff call. During this meeting, the AM introduces the team to the client, discusses last-minute technical questions and processes, and presents 1 to 2 different email approaches targeted heavily on social proof, prospect pain points, and/or value prop variable-based approaches. Now is when the fun begins, the onboarding process. During this process, our account managers officially inform the delivery team of each and every task, deadline, and ultimately the overall strategy. Oh, and yeah, this actually continues on till the end of the collaboration with said client. But anyways, from here, things start to move little by little as the campaign is almost ready to be launched. With fingers crossed and a bottle of champagne, the campaigns are now launched. Now begins the daily review of open and response rates, check-ins with each team member, and much more. Now, the first week or two is warm-up weeks, meaning limits are starting to be raised, responses are starting to come in here and there, but our account managers aren't sleeping. Besides preparing for the first weekly report call with the client and team, plans B and C are starting to formulate. Whether the original plan is working or not, it's vital to be ready to act quickly and not let days go by before making any needed changes. The reason, as the mailboxes are warmed up, stopping the campaign for whatever reason and keeping it paused for even 1 day or more can impact deliverability. So it's important to never stop, pause, start. Only stop, apply the changes, start again. I mentioned this in our last video about our SDRs, but the rule of 300 plays a big part in our processes. If 300 emails have been sent out, that's generally enough to understand if changes need to be made or not. What changes? Well, things like wording, call to actions, subject lines, and the rest of the things that you're seeing on the screen. Another point that needs to be considered is not just the templates, but if the titles, sizes, industries being targeted are correct and fit the templates in use. A/B testing is something that our account managers heavily rely on. If you don't know what this is, check out the description on the screen, but basically, it's testing 2 different templates simultaneously to understand which sequence performs better. So for an example, after a while, sequence B, the winning template, now takes priority, and sequence A, the losing template, gets switched to sequence B. Something that I believe sets our account managers apart from any other company AMs is that here, the account management team is a family. At certain times in our industry, you get those clients that no matter what you try, no matter what approach or who you target, traction just won't go up. In these cases, the account management department all gets together to share similar past experiences, ideas, facts that can increase traction, approaches that help them, and they simply go out of their way to help each campaign perform at its best. Now, I can't say this isn't true of the other departments of our delivery team because that would be lying. But having been an account manager, I can honestly say from experience that the activity of the account managers here simply exceed those of any other team in any company I've worked in to this day. You know the idiom hustle and bustle? Yeah, that's our AMs. So essentially, our clients don't just get one account manager, but the entire AM department, and the same goes for all of our other experts in their departments. The next part of our account managers that requires awareness is this: knowing the campaign results, knowing the industry, and knowing the client. They meet weekly to not only discuss the past week, but also talk about the future week, month, quarter, and really dig into the client. You can see some of the many things that actually happen on weekly calls on the screen, but ultimately, after enough time has gone by, the AM will present additional opportunities to grow the collaboration, whether that be testing other channels like LinkedIn, running SEO, or maybe tripling the reach of our email marketing efforts. So before I get on to the real life case I promised, just to summarize roughly what our account managers do on a daily or weekly basis, check it out on the screen. But since there's, as you can see, quite a lot, one more thing that I'll point out that our AMs do to ensure the best results for your campaign, they give real numbers to our sales team. So our sales team will reach out to our AM department often and ask for honest feedback on a specific offering or industry or region or whatever it may be. Our account managers rush to be the first to share their cases to help our sales team know realistic numbers that they can actually assure realistic results to each client. So the real life case you've been waiting for. I had this client, great client. She had big ambitions from the get-go. Her offering was very technical, the competition was high, and there were multiple things that caused the campaign to be tricky. We started our first 3 months and tried 4+ different approaches, switched our target title multiple times, tried multiple different offerings that the client had, and the traction just wasn't the best. I talked with this client weekly, listened closely to the feedback, the options, and the ideas. Then, after many hours of strategic planning, I came to her with a plan. Instead of us lowering our reach due to the lack of meetings expected, we did just the opposite. We doubled the reach and were able to target more leads, larger accounts, enterprise companies, and we tried a very unique approach. After almost no time at all, this new approach worked. Boom. The meetings started flowing like crazy. The client was actually on the verge of ending our collaboration, but due to the awareness and team synergy, we knew that our plan would work, and in the end, it paid off, and we actually even got meetings with companies like Disney. In short, when things get tough, it could mean you're one power move away from success. So if you want to get set up with 5+ experts to run your outreach campaigns, click the link in the description. Trust me, these teams deliver. It's their sweat, blood, and tears in your calendar that starts running out of availability. If you have any questions, reach out to me or us, but thanks for your attention and have a good one.